dynamic duo, Dovecity. If not, probably not the best, but probably one of the best, if not the best.
We are the
Here
best.
from Houston. I have to clarify because you know how the scene can be hurt a little bit. So I'm here with Dovecity in Htown. Danielle, Josh, how you guys doing today, man?
Good.
Good. How are you?
Doing excellent.
Awesome.
Yes, man. How's the family trip?
Sad it's over.
Really? Dang. Was it real cold?
Yes, but with the right gear, it's totally comfortable.
Really?
Yeah, snow pants and everything windproof and waterproof, and you could just lay in the snow for hours.
No way.
Yeah,
Was it your first time?
to see snow?
Mm-hmm.
No, but it was Trinity's first time.
Okay.
So she really wanted to see a snowy mountain because of that movie Frozen.
Right.
So we found her a snowy mountain, and it was really ethereal and beautiful and
Nice.
Yeah.
How about you, brother? Was it your first time going? No, you sure have.
I've been there.
You've been there before?
Yeah, but it's always nice to get out of town,
Right.
and especially
Especially with the
it's
family.
Different than Texas.
Right. It's a big difference. I mean, that's not a big difference, but I guess I came from Dallas over here and I get here with sweatpants and I was like, oh shit, this is my only attire for today. I guess I have to wear sweatpants. Yeah, it gets a little hot in here for sure.
I like the nature,
Yeah, for sure. My brother is my
trees,
right.
and mountains.
You know what I like to go, like, I guess Dallas we only have this place to hike, and I like to listen to Recondite. I find it really, really good.
We've been listening to him.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. The
Is
whole
it-
trip, we listened to some really, really nice, moody, melancholy music,
Right,
and it was inspiring.
for sure.
Came up a couple times on the list.
Yep.
Oh, really? Yeah, his music is perfect. That's one of my. If I had the chance to interview him, it would be fucking awesome. You know, he has a really
Maybe
good
he will.
interview. Yeah, you never know. There's one on Beatport that he did, and then that girl does a really good job. And it's like all his tracks playing in the background while he's all this. And he's talking about how he grew up there in Berlin and snowing, and in the back. So it was perfect, man. How do you guys come up with Dovecity?
The name?
The name?
So it had a lot to do with our honeymoon. And when we came home, we had kind of come up with the idea of like, well, if we did a duo or a record label, what would we call it? And so that being fresh in our experience, we started researching some things, and essentially it just means a peaceful place,
Okay.
or a place of peace. And that's the short answer.
Gotcha. You have the tattoo yet ready? Like the Dovecity?
A tattoo?
Yeah. Is it in the works?
No, I'm done with tattoos.
Really?
Yeah, me too.
How many do I have? 10 or 13? I don't remember.
Yeah.
That
How
was
many
a
do you
time in
have,
my life, and that time is over.
But we have a logo, which is nice.
This
Yeah.
is nice for sure.
Yeah, the logo's cool.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Probably not tattooed.
Somebody else can tattoo it on.
For sure. Just like I did. I got Afterlife. I got Enter tattoo.
Oh yeah.
Yes, man. That age passed already. So now, I still like them, but I'm 36. I'm getting
It's a
old for
musical
sure.
interview. If
Mhm.
anybody's interested in like what you like, you just show them your art.
Right? Yeah. They can tell about your tattoos.
Yeah.
But it's, I guess it depends if you got like a it's like a gangster tattoo. Then no, it's gangster.
Definitely a reflection of your personality.
For sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Stay with you forever.
It's like your clothes.
Right. So who's purple and who's white?
Who's purple and who's white?
You probably guys know what I'm going to.
Yeah,
with
the
this.
song.
Purple and
Yeah.
white.
Our last track.
Yeah.
So
It's a fun
that
song.
yeah, that song was so many songs before it ended up what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. It probably changed between like 5 different songs before it ended up as Purple and White.
I locked myself in my room to come up with vocals for that for hours and hours and hours and hours. And one day I was on a drive to work to Musafer on a Friday, and I feel like when I'm alone in the car, that's when I have my best ideas. But I was looking at the sunset and the colors of it, and just kind of made me think about what's important to me. And the colors purple and white are symbolic of purity and majesty. And so I just thought about being covered in those things. Yeah.
ended up in a nice place. And it did end up on a good record label.
Yeah.
And people seem to like it.
Yeah. It was on Nightcolours, or it is on Nightcolours.
It's on
It's
Nightcolours.
on Nightcolours, yeah. It did really well on the Beatport charts, which was cool.
Oh, yeah. We made it out of hype into regular charting progressive house. Which, that's not always easy to do.
When you guys come up with a track or any artist does you know how you I guess upload it to Beatport and then upload Beatport accommodated based on what they think the sound is, or you guys can select it's just like house
for the
techno?
genre?
Yeah, for the genre.
The label usually picks the genre.
Okay.
And like one of our songs, the one right before that, Cheap Thrills, the label put it into electronica.
Okay.
And it did really well. It actually hit like number 2 on the hype chart there.
It made it into the regular top 100.
And yeah, it was like in the 40s there. It was doing really well like the first week it was out. And then Beatport just moved it.
They changed its genre.
To melodic house and techno.
And forget it if that genre is so hard.
Then I hit the chart for like one day and then dropped off. But
Really?
yeah, but there's just a saturate, that label, that genre is like super saturated.
Oh, melodic techno? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, melodic house and techno.
But it's weird because the label can, or the artist can decide that they want it in a certain genre, but then Beatport can come around later.
Oh, okay. So they do change it.
They did. They
And
did.
there's
it.
nothing you can do about it or say about it. They'll just do what they want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
melodic
based on your
house.
interpretation of like, is it electronica? Is it deep house? Is it melodic house? It's like, it could be any of those things.
Right.
But it's just more of a,
I wonder if they have someone in the background actually listen to the song. I'm just gonna change this.
it's probably AI.
Probably AI. Yeah, at
Everything
this time
is now.
probably.
Probably AI.
That's crazy. How many I guess EPs or songs have you guys done as a together duo?
So we started on we did one single with IAMHER.
Oh yeah.
And then the label owner under her offered for us to do an album.
Okay, nice.
So then we started working on the album right away.
Okay.
Off the bat. Then we did 5 singles from the album that are all out right now. And
Dang.
the album, the rest of the songs are completed, they're mastered, they're turned in, and it's all going to be released, the full album package, on
January 10th or 18th, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Yeah, so next month.
Next month, pretty much.
In a few weeks.
So we have those 8. And then we also did a remix for the record label IAMHER for Tone of Arc. We also did a remix for Boy Oh Boy featuring Miss Eleonora. And we did one for my good friend Evlinka. So those 8 plus those 3, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then Purple and White, 12.
Yeah.
So we've done at least 12 songs.
Yeah, in the last 2 years, because we started 2 years ago in January, actually. It took us 2 years to do the album.
Oh, 2 years.
Yeah.
Dang. I was about to ask you how long does that take?
When you have a kid,
Right?
everything takes longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even the wait time to put out stuff. So like when
Do they give you like a deadline? No.
Well, kind of at
there
the
was
end.
there was kind of a deadline at the end, yeah, but he wanted music to come out consistently.
Right.
He knew that it would take 1 to 2 years.
That's what he told us in the
pretty
beginning.
standard.
Oh, really?
Because a wait time for a song to release, it's like you're lucky if it comes out within the first 6 months.
Right.
Usually a year.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you don't even know. But
Really?
yeah, like some of the wait times are crazy.
No way.
We were talking to a label that wanted to sign one of our tracks, and they're like, "Yeah, it won't be until next year, maybe."
Dang.
But they want to just sit on it for 1 or 2 years, waiting because they already have so much in
Like now,
queue
right.
already in line.
Dang.
So
Yeah, they accepted it and then later said, you know what? I don't want you to have to wait that long. So it's looking for a new home.
yeah, but you'll see like some of these artists on on Instagram. They're like, "Oh, I'm so glad that this song finally gets to see the light of day. I've been playing it for like a year or 2
Right.
because it's been in queue. Like most of the time, they want to like keep it on a promo for just some elite DJs
To play it out, to test it on the
play.
road, yeah.
Yeah, so then they can play it out, build up some hype around it, and then they put it in queue for at least another year. So by the time it comes out, it's like, oh, we made this song 2 or 3 years ago.
Right?
It's
It's sold to you.
Like not excited about it anymore. I'm just
Right.
like glad that it's out and maybe people will like it.
That's crazy. Yeah, Michelle Sparks, we had in a pod too. She the one things Fluid, the one she made, and then it was released on Tronic. She took like a year and something just to put it together. I'm like, dang. I mean, what was it? when you guys actually, that was one of the questions that I asked them. Will you guys make a song? Do you guys record together in the same studio, or you come in, you mess around with it, and then you come in? Or
We have two studios in the house.
mm-hmm.
He has his, and I have mine, and it's because he works during the day, and so there's many times where I've wanted to fiddle around in the studio, but I can't.
Right.
So I have my own. It's not quite as beefy as his.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes we write side by side. We did for a few of the tracks, Purple and White, the Avlinka remix, Holding On, Innocence, which was one of the easiest songs we've ever written. It just came so naturally. Oh, that's another one we forgot. And then the Holding On track. So some of them start this way side by side. Some of them I start on my own because I'll have like a really cool vocal idea and I need something there, like at least vibe-wise, to record over.
Right.
And then I'll build it out until I get a little bit of creative block, and then we'll send it into the big studio and finish it. And then other things he'll just be working on his own. So it just depends. There's no one way that always works.
Right.
But he seems to like having something to start with, so...
So you throw the vocals normally, and then you put the beats on that?
Well, she'll have like a rough draft. So she'll do the vocals, and then she'll make like a rough draft of like
I'll write a beat.
the vibe.
I'll
like
put in my
how she likes the
pads
song.
and the textures. I'm like nowhere near as advanced as he is. He's been doing this for much longer than me. So my ability to write a certain level of quality is not as good as his.
Right.
So I will write to my best ability, and then we'll move it into his studio and make it better.
Right. How long you been DJ, Josh?
DJ?
Oh, you producing?
Producing?
Mm-hmm.
Both about around the same time. So at least over 20 years.
Dang.
20, like
you could
6
you can start
I'm
like you got
telling
6
my
years.
age, I'm telling my
26
age.
years.
Damn.
But
Don't sell yourself short.
Since,
The
Right.
experience points are everything.
For sure.
since
Yeah.
the late 90s.
Dang, bro. You could put like a little class studio, like a DJ class kind of thing.
I've taught many people.
Really?
Yeah, me and an old
Did she
roommate.
taught you?
I'm the
He
most
taught you?
recent
We used to-
student.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
He started teaching me how to produce before I learned how to DJ.
She's my last student.
Really?
Except for my daughter.
She's gonna take over.
My daughter
Yeah.
will be the last. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we used to, like me and an old roommate, we used to have DJ school.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a side hustle. We used to teach people for money.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
That's good.
yeah.
Yeah.
We
I'm-
taught a lot of your competition.
Really? Say, oh yeah, because I was looking at, I was like, man, it looks like she barely started DJ when I was doing the Instagram diving pictures, and I was like, it looks. I think you guys had it like longer or something. And like,
Yeah.
boy, 20 years is long enough for sure.
26.
26.
Yeah. I've been DJing.
She gives it.
Wow.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
I've been DJing for 5 years. I learned when we got married.
Almost 6 now.
Pretty much.
Going
Just
on
round it up.
6. Yeah.
Are you guys? Was this maybe super odd questions? I'm the guy that when it says, let's say it's $5.60 on my mind, I round it all the way to 6.
Round it up.
Yeah. Do you? Yeah, I do the same.
I think I just did that.
Really? Yeah. So I'm the guy that says I just round it all the way. So it's not say it's like,
I don't ever want to feel like I'm bragging or making myself seem important, so I will sell myself short always.
really?
Yeah.
Nah.
You got a
I'm
lot
too
of
humble.
experience. Points, though.
Yeah, I do.
So with this EP,
The album.
maybe the album, yeah.
Let's talk the album then.
Okay.
The album was really interesting to do because, I've been writing music for a long time. I had a lot of different aliases and wrote with some old buddies.
What were they? The aliases.
The aliases,
Mhm.
I wrote, I think the most recent one would be Extended Play.
Okay.
Yeah, wrote with a couple of different guys on that. And we did some success on Bedrock, on John Digweed's label.
No way.
Crosstown Rebels.
That's wild, man.
John Digweed is how his story started.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's a fun story you should tell after we finish this.
Right?
Yeah, that's good.
So who is our album, if you could personify it?
I think it's really like the album title is called Sin and Redemption, and I think it really kind of tells this this story of his journey, right? And it's been, like we said, 2 years, right? So it really has been kind of this journey and us learning how to write music together.
An evolution of our sound, big time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, wasn't really this thing that we
Never
had
planned
to do.
Never.
Yeah, from the beginning, it's not like we said we want to write an album or anything. We
Right.
literally just like wrote one song and then got this vocal from Htown, a good friend of ours, an amazing, talented guy. And that's when we turned that into the label. He was like, you guys should do an album. So then all of a sudden it was like, well, I guess we should do an album. And it turned into this journey of like, you know, figuring out like who we are, what is our sound, experimenting with different genres and different vibes, and that's not really trends because we're not really trend followers, but just trying to figure out like what it is that we like,
right?
What we're capable of too.
Yeah.
You know, because we're not the best producers in the world, but we definitely have something that we can do
for sure.
That we like to do, and then learning how to communicate together, work together.
Yeah.
We've had some like
hiccups.
there's been a couple of songs where we were
Just mad at you for.
Really?
Yeah, because you didn't like my idea.
Well, yeah, it's weird. I mean, egos get involved.
For
and, like,
sure.
You have to tell them it's like, do you like this? I'm like,
You get attached.
You get
"No, it
emotional
sounds
attached,
terrible,"
yeah.
Or, you know, how could you change that part? Or, you know, you get attached to certain things. Like,
For
you
sure.
put a lot into it, right?
Right.
Your emotions and things, and then you put it out on the table for people to judge, and especially even if it's just her and me.
It's vulnerability to its
For
like
sure.
most extreme. I'd say the album, if it was a person, it would be the picture for the album artwork. But it's an emotional person. It's a person who's been through like a lot of heartache, but striving for triumph. And
It's like
I
us.
hope that when someone listens to it, they feel like they're going through something.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a couple of songs that I have listened to, and I'm like, damn, it kind of reflects to me a little bit. But it's good to, when you find something like that, because not you cannot always find something that you.
Yeah, we try to put some emotion, and I think there's.
I can't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. We were actually talking about it in the car ride over here about, you know, how the scene and everybody wants to really just make bangers.
Right.
And everything is like these bangers and how they don't have any longevity. Like you literally, like DJs, they play them once and then you throw them to the side and you're on to
Right.
the next banger. And just go through them so much, but we're more interested in making something more timeless, I think, something with more emotion, something that's more really for the listener and not necessarily for dance floor bangers.
For sure.
I think I want my song, so a good DJ set has peaks and valleys. I want my music to be the valley, and I want it to be that moment that, like, you walk away, I really remembered that one thing because it stood out so different. It moved me.
For sure.
Yeah.
Deep. I want it to be deep.
For sure.
Right.
All of our music is
Always
really
deep.
Right.
And, to be honest, like, we don't really even go anywhere. Right now, like, we don't go to parties anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so we're not really making or thinking about dance floors or trying to make dance floor bangers. Like, the cool thing about making an album was, like, there was no real pressure to do that. So we could, like, make a cool song that's
Right.
cool to listen to, and then the remixing, the
Yes.
remixers come in, and the remixers make
The bangers, for sure.
Yeah.
I saw the recently, was it Sasha, John Digweed playing your
It
track?
was Sasha.
Yeah, Sasha's
Yeah. I was selling we were selling that Cassie when she recently went to ADE, and then she wanted to come up with a track and send it out to, you know, some people to play on the road and everything. And I was like, man, it's crazy because I'll talk about you guys. I think I mentioned Sasha that was playing the track, and I was like, I wonder how that were, because you guys weren't there, right? How did that person knows exactly who that song is?
It was the label owner was
Yeah.
there.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
He was there.
Well, I don't know if he was there or a friend was there. Maybe it was him.
I think it was
Probably
him.
was. It was
It was-
in London, and he's
Was this
from-
Purple and White or which song was?
It
Okay.
was the Vinny. How do you say his last name?
The
His story.
The story.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was his remix of Purple and White. It was cool.
Yeah,
It's
no.
cool for me because I always feel like I've been an underdog, or nobody listens to me, or nobody cares.
Right.
So for my voice and what I had to say be put on giant speakers and everyone's forced to hear me.
Right. Yeah. I'm sure it was a moment. Is this his first time that like a big name plays your song?
LF has played 2 of our tracks. I think she counts for short.
Yeah, Aleph. But Sasha,
Underhurst played his remix of Coal in My Chest.
Yeah. Sasha's probably the biggest one.
But yeah, definitely. That's the first like A-lister, really.
Yeah.
Dang.
I think back in the day I had, and that's how I got on the Bedrock. You said I could tell that story there real quick.
Yeah.
But Digweed played one of my remixes back in 2012, maybe, at Time Warp
Damn.
in Belgium. So
That's wild.
that was cool. So it's like, and there, I had video. I had a friend that sent me a link, and she's like, "Dude, he's playing your song."
Right.
50,000 people there, and watch the video. It's pretty awesome.
That's wild.
How did you get on John Digweed's label Bedrock?
Okay, so after that, then they had the Detroit Electronic Music Festival.
The movement one? Right.
Party. So I went there with a USB with some demos for Digweed specifically.
This is very old school style.
Yeah, and I just
Right.
went, and I knew he was playing on stage, and I figured out where he had to like exit the main stage, and I waited there for the whole set, and then like 30 minutes afterwards, and there was like another guy
Doing the same thing?
Yeah, they were waiting too. But this guy was cool. He was like this old man, and he had this like flip book of all these old pictures with him with famous DJs, and it was like his like 16-year-old son was with him. So it was like they were having
You
like
competing against them.
they were having like their father-daughter or their father-son moment. They
Damn.
wanted a photo with Digweed and show him like, hey, look, we have
Right.
these other old photos with Digweed, and
That's
signed
crazy.
it, or signed the old one to take a new one, right? And
Right.
the book, which was cool. And then I'm standing there with my USB, and eventually he comes out.
Really?
I said hi, gave him the USB, and then like a week later, he hit me up to do a remix for him.
No way. That's wild. Yeah.
Yeah, Morphism.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool song.
Like
That's
that
cool.
grassroots style of getting
Right.
yourself out there.
That's quite a story, man. Like going there waiting. I mean, what was the odds that he was actually going to stop? But I guess, I don't know if you...
No, I mean, I had like planned it out,
Mapped it
and
out.
so the guy too next to me, he was like, we both had decided this was the spot to wait. And you know, the festival's happening, and like my friends are coming, like, come on, let's go to the stage over here and do this.
You're like,
I'm like,
nah,
no,
but-
I'm
Right.
on a mission. I'm gonna wait here and see what happens.
Right. Shoot, I'm glad. And then have you ever, after that, have you done more tracks and sent it to him or to...
Just the one. I sent him some other stuff, but
They just didn't make it through. Yeah. Yeah, I was on, what's this, Senor Pleasure Craft. That's what he said. He liked to them call. And he said, I mean, it's a lot of tracks. It sometimes doesn't pass, I guess, whatever the level of likeness or what they're looking for. He said, but we
at
got
the
to...
moment too, because
Right.
they're gonna change.
Right. And he said it's kind of the hardest part because then you send it to someone, because it can take whatever for them to actually get to it.
Yeah.
But by then you send it to another 5 different labels or just trying to get it out and sometimes trying to sign them both and things like that. Yeah. So it's like it's a lot of things you have to go through.
Yeah, A&R. Good luck.
It's hard. Like
For sure.
signing your tracks to labels is such an annoying thing.
Right.
That's why it's been nice doing the album.
It's
It's
nonstop
like
rejection. You. And I don't
Just-
do well with that.
just getting people to listen to your music.
For sure. I mean, especially in this year. I mean, these times now that so much music. I mean, coming out and then so many artists out there.
Yeah, I mean, even when you've already worked with the label and they know you,
Mhm.
getting them to listen again, it's like a year later, like they're on to other stuff or they're busy, and it's like it's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, well, I guess the podcast thing that's barely coming out now. So now as a few that I already recorded, I'm sending already the video edited and everything. It's been 2 weeks now. And I'm like, nothing. So I'm like, I guess we just gotta keep waiting. You know what I mean? Just gotta shop it up and everything. I guess I gotta go through a lot of.
I like your podcast idea,
Thank you,
by the way.
thank you.
I remember you pitched the idea to us in New York.
New York, yeah. I actually had the idea way before. I think we talked about that, no? Yeah, me and Josh talked about it way before. But I was just being lazy. Not lazy, but I was like, I got so much thing on my head going and everything. And I was like, damn, all this. And I was like, man, I'm just gonna jump on it. And especially because I think when I saw you guys in New York, that's when the channels became monetized. So I was like, now I can make a little bit of something because I mean all this tours going and everything going everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm spending some money and I'm like, oh man, I'm not getting anything back. Yeah.
Now you can try and get paid while you go play also
Yeah,
and get somebody there to do an interview.
Right. So yeah. So hopefully I'm trying to redo the channel so I can redirect them to my channel. Like actually, like because I'm trying to do like I don't know, like what is it, Pioneer things that has something to do with music. They can actually relate to the channel because otherwise they won't probably not open it. Oh, like not interested.
ads.
Right, for ads. That's where the money is really, like campaigns. Yeah. So have Dovecity have open for any big artists? Like not big artists, but I guess someone you consider that is big enough.
For what? For DJ?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
DJ, like you guys opening the night for someone as a duo. How many
lot.
times have you guys played together?
A lot.
Yeah, we've
For
had a lot.
years. It took me a
Yeah.
couple years to earn the right to play back to back with him.
Okay. Okay.
And then he proposed the idea that we do it. I'm like, are you sure you can do it by yourself? Like, don't feel like you have to bring me in on this.
Right.
But he insisted, and I was very nervous for a while.
We
But
had some good shows
we-
last year. Right.
we did Colin, Astill, Ellis, Evlinka. We did Vintage Culture.
At the Vintage Cursor.
Cream,
That's wild.
Last summer.
No way. Is it right before the circle thing? Probably around the same time. You know how they come out with the circle
Oh,
video?
the Circle.
Yeah.
I have no
I don't know when that was.
I think it was. I think it was right before. Yeah. hmm
We did Bob Moses.
Max and Laney,
Dang.
Julia Nico,
Yeah.
That's pretty big names, man. Shoot.
Jay.
J Balvin.
No.
You say that.
He does the progressive organic style.
Oh, yeah. Jay.
Can't remember his name either.
It'll come out. That's crazy.
Nick Warren.
Oh, Nick Warren? Okay, that's nice. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot more. I'm sure we're probably
Sure.
forgetting a lot.
That's big names. I just I thought it was. I mean, I haven't.
Wham. That was fun.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I didn't really dive in inside, but I was like, man, I mean, there was quite a few. I was thinking maybe 2 or 3,
No.
like openings or
We
something.
did a
That's-
bunch,
We
but we
did a
like.
whole year at least.
Yeah.
And then some before that.
I think we go through phases where we'll clean up our.
Instagram.
Yeah.
That's
just
what
so,
I've been doing
all that stuff
lately.
is on the profile, and then we like take it all off.
Right.
Like, try to make it more like just about the producing.
Right.
less of the DJ. So.
Also,
I mean, it's
some
there.
places I don't
It's just
feel
an
like I want to
archive.
advertise for them.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You're
To
right.
be honest.
Yeah.
Like
It's
one place where we did a lot of shows for, I don't want to give them any
every,
advertisement.
right.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
That's the main reason for me. I don't
Right.
feel like, well, I mean, how much am I really advertising? It's like my following's so huge, but
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've been doing that the same thing in the last 6 months. Like going on Instagram, looking at my comments,
Cleaning it up.
cleaning it up.
Archive.
Yeah.
Archive.
Yeah.
If we want to put it up again later, we can.
Right.
Put it in the back.
Yeah, yeah. Especially people will be always looking to come up with something. So I was like, I'm gonna start cleaning up my socials and everything. So that's what I've been doing. So tell me about the weekly radio you guys have. You got it's a Frisky radio?
Oh, monthly.
Monthly.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah, monthly. Yeah. How does that come out in place?
So Khaled under her, from IAMHER, he had a Frisky monthly or every 2 months, and he asked us to do a guest mix on his Silhouette show. So we did, and then the Frisky owner asked us to do an Artist of the Week mix, and then somebody you knew from the past did an introduction
Yeah,
with the
an
owner,
old friend of mine.
and
yeah.
then he asked us to do a monthly.
Yeah, he got us the Frisky Artist of the Week.
Yeah.
And then we did that. It did really well. And then
Nice.
we had that other mix that we did, that you were talking about, the silhouettes, and it did really well. And it had like, tens of thousands of plays, like right off the bat.
Right.
It's pretty popular.
That's
So then he just hit us back, like, not that long after, if we wanted to do a monthly. And it's
okay.
been nice because, it gives a good opportunity to, like, put together something cool and deep. It's on the Deep channel.
Right.
So we have, like, a lot of room to really experiment with, like, what kind of music we want to DJ there. It's only an hour, so it's not too much of a commitment.
Right.
It's nice. And then it's consistent. And we've been building up this following. I think we've got, like,
There.
We have 75,000 plays on our Frisky.
Well, that's good. That's real good.
That's the best exposure.
Yeah.
Like in
I
like
feel like.
like a year.
Damn. Yeah, that's really good.
It did
Yeah.
really well.
It's hard to keep people engaged on
Anything.
like a lone set. But it's pretty much in anything, but especially in a lone set, you have to really have time to listen to and everything and get engaged. So I'm gonna wait. There's a couple of things that I get engaged, but it's like things on YouTube. But I mean, I'm there every Monday. There's this. I'm gonna mention his name. No, it's a Brincos Dieras. It's like a something like clown or something. It's like a funny show. But I'm there every Monday, 7 p.m. on YouTube. I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch it. And it's just funny for me because every time it's actually at one point it's kind of repetitive, but it's just funny and I like it. But yeah, it's hard to have people engage whenever.
Another song we forgot about. It's called Overfall. It's a remix for Matisse LaRosa and
Guys, Argentina.
yeah, from Argentina.
I saw that on the Instagram. Yeah.
That'll come out on Golden Wings. I'm not sure when.
Not sure when either.
So this is the only radio that you guys do, or?
We just did a Golden Wings music radio mix 2 weeks ago, but they aired it again last week. That was cool. I finally got to fit the song on there that I wanted. Moan by Trent Muller is my favorite.
Oh, that's a good song. Yeah.
It's timeless.
Actually, I saw the post and I saw, what would you tag because I didn't listen to the set, right?
Yeah.
So, but I saw that Moon was tagged in there as a song, and I was like, I wonder what she tagged it. But I didn't even listen to it, and it was in Spanish, right? The whole, I guess, context, yeah. And I was like, I wonder, but now that you're saying it, makes making sense why the song wasn't there.
Yeah,
in the
because it
post.
was in my mix.
Right. She does. Yeah, I can tell.
Where we stand now, I feel like, well, it's a good like balance because I feel like I'll spend a lot of time in the studio, and then she'll do all the vocals.
I'm still DJing weekly,
right?
So like, it's more convenient for me to dig.
Right.
Yeah, and she's DJing every week.
So, right at the what is that place called? You want to give them a shout out?
So yeah, I DJ at Musafer on Fridays. They just won a Michelin Gold Star.
No way, man.
They deserve it.
Right.
Like,
looks good for the pictures you post. Sometimes the food, I was like, man, looks good.
It's really good.
Really.
Yeah, I'm spoiled.
Dang.
I get
there
to
every
eat
week.
Michelin star.
Right.
Every Friday night.
And play. Dang. And every Friday night.
My other residency is McKean Thai. It's a upscale Thai restaurant in Upper Kirby. Incredibly delicious Thai food. Woman owned as well.
Dang. Woman power.
Yeah, so is Musafer, owned by a woman.
Damn.
Yeah, I feel like that's the only reason I get to play at either of them.
So yeah, so she's digging and buying music pretty much almost every week. So that works. I haven't been DJing as much. Usually when she DJs, I stay home with the kiddo.
Right.
And I'll hang out in the studio.
Dang. So tell me about the Houston scene, man. What are you guys?
Terrible.
Right. Houston I have here on my notes. This is a big part of the community, but it's something that can be a little
Nasty.
No, I didn't use that word, but it's odd.
I used that word.
Did you say boring and toxic?
No.
So it's oversaturated. It's very vindictive. I like to say it's a bunch of street dogs fighting over one bone.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure Dallas scene.
Yeah, it's about the same.
I think most local scenes are probably this way.
Austin's definitely better than Dallas.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Austin, you mean?
Austin,
yeah,
than Dallas.
For sure. Yeah,
Dallas is probably better than Houston.
Yeah, I think that Austin for sure because I see they like more open up for everything, and I guess it's more.
There's a lot more venues. Playing.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's a tourist town.
Yeah, it's a tourist town.
People actually want to go there on vacation. Nobody wants to come to Houston on vacation.
Nobody should.
Right. You know what? This is my first time coming to Houston.
Perfect. Well,
this is.
You know what? I hope it's your
yes. Never been.
And not even on vacation. You came down here for work.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Everybody comes to Houston.
I'm here for like 8 hours and then gone.
That's it.
Right.
Honestly, I'm the worst advocate for Houston.
No way.
Yeah, I was joking about it. Every time we go out of town and we tell people where we're from and they ask about it, oh, would I like it there? I'm like, no. Go to Austin. If you want to
really?
visit family
in the
suburbs, sure, it's great for that. But
right.
It's not exciting.
Mm.
It's just not.
It's a good place for business. Honestly, it's
a good place to eat, too.
It's a good place to live.
Yeah, that's what.
You can make money, you can have a job here, and you can live nice.
Right.
It's not like an exciting town.
Yeah,
right.
entertainment-wise.
Entertainment-wise. And the thing is, like, you know, I've been doing parties here for over 20 years. And everybody always wants to think, like, you know, why can't Houston be like New York or
right.
Chicago? And it's like, it never, ever will be.
Right.
Because of the tourism.
Right.
Because in New York, you know, we're there on a Monday night on a vacation and we want to go party. No one isn't, you know, on
the party mode
on a Monday night wants to go party.
Right.
Except for like 20 locals. It's the same alcoholics every week.
Yeah. So, is it the only venue was it Bauhaus? Is that the only venue as of right now? Or the Stereo Live too?
The Stereo Live
still a big venue.
Yeah, Bauhaus is like the only underground place that books global talent.
That's always been a problem with Houston, is a lack of venues.
Well,
Like when we used to do those.
Well, I guess if you guys have a venue, like when you have, what is it, KSD?
Yeah, when we used to do the kind of super disco parties,
places.
we would always move it around, but it
Mhm.
was never at one venue.
Right,
So, like we would pick places that we would do a party there that you would never normally not go there.
right.
And so like, but it's just a one-off. So those are the types of venues. But like to have like a consistent venue where you want to go there every single week, no matter what, and it's always awesome. Houston has always struggled in that department.
Yeah.
And, you know, you go to New York, Miami, and they've got, you know, a list of awesome
Yeah.
places
You know what
to
was
go.
cool about New York?
Oh, even Dallas has like at least 10 places you could go to. Regularly.
They had 3 now.
3?
But really, maybe 4. I mean, if you're talking about like big money, so it's gonna be Stereo Live, Silo, and probably It'll Do. That's kind of like the biggest ones of now. And then there's a few smaller ones.
Right?
Silo just opened. So that's Disco Dane. So yeah, he's kind of taking over pretty much. The other day I made a little comment.
Bringing Solomon.
Yeah.
He's never.
He's never been there. Yeah, yeah.
Texas.
They
Played in Austin.
it's been yeah. So so I was like, oh yeah, take it down. So I took it down.
I'm okay with a little controversy.
It's
Yeah.
Being rebellious and honest.
Right.
These venues are so competitive against each other anyway. It's like you work at one venue and then, you know, you're
Yeah, it's like
you're
gangs.
blacklisted from the other
Yeah.
venues. You know, you can never come or work here because you DJ at that other club.
So I always know if we have a fan, I don't like that word, but if we have a fan that decides they want to become a DJ, and maybe they've become a friend, but like on a shallow level, you can say goodbye. They will no longer be your friends.
Right.
Everyone joins a techno fraternity.
Right.
Or like a techno
It is like a
gang,
fraternity now that
and
you're
you're not
saying
allowed
that.
to like the
Cliques.
person on the other side of the street anymore. And
Right.
I'm not like that.
Right.
There's people I don't care for, but it's because of their personality, not
Right.
because of
like an actual
What they
real
play.
reason.
I
Right.
don't.
So I'm gonna go ahead and jump in on the section Instagram dive in.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to open the first one, it's pictures. It's you and Josh.
It's on Instagram.
It's an Instagram. Yeah.
It's cold.
Yeah, my little hands are frozen. I'm like shivering. Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. So what's the context on that, and where would this at? You guys playing here together? Yeah. Right.
Yeah. We played there. That's at Clay. I think they changed the name of it now.
It's Encore now.
Yeah, but this was last summer, two summers ago.
Last summer. Not the summer we just experienced.
The last one. Okay.
Yeah. Good times. This was a good set.
That was Bob Moses.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was probably the most stressful DJ gig I've ever had.
Why is that? Confident.
Problems with the-
maybe
with the-
because I know exactly why. There's a gentleman who works there who I will spare his name, but he messaged us on 2 separate occasions saying how much we did not deserve to play this specific gig.
What?
We've taken all the gigs like
Just
he
a
wanted
a
to
hater
play this
that works there.
this season.
He was jealous that we were playing there.
and we don't deserve it. We don't do shit for the club. Yeah, and then he had the nerve to message again his distaste for the situation. And so I'm like, oh, cool. He's the sound engineer. And he really doesn't like us so much that he's bold enough to message us about it, not talk to his boss.
Right.
So I would suspect like some foul play. Oh, so guess what? There was no sound engineer that day.
Oh.
And there were some
Major sound
opening
problems.
DJs
God.
from the other club who the establishment does not like us at all. And it's not a secret.
Oh
When we
god.
walk up into the booth, there are 3 DJs and they're twisting all the knobs, moving all these things around, complaining you can't hear out of the speaker. And I'm like, my anxiety goes crazy.
Right.
Because I already get nervous before I play. And I was just like, great. And so also during that set, the police came and asked us for our IDs.
What?
And I'm like, what? First I was
Yeah,
thinking,
like,
it's like,
maybe,
no,
like-
they're going to give you a ticket. It's a sound ordinance. No, they just wanted our information.
To like fill out some report.
What?
What?
It was all very.
It was
It was
weird.
all
Odd.
really,
It was weird.
really
Right.
uncomfortable. And then there were these people who did not belong out in the daylight. Like they looked like little vampires running around. It was-
Dang.
It was weird because there was. She's right. There was definitely like a lot. There was a lot of sabotage.
And when I
happening
got off
there,
the
but-
decks, I was thrilled. I had the best time after playing.
Right.
Yeah.
We survived it. There was a lot of behind the scenes weird things happening, but
Then I'm just probably
it was a
paranoid
beautiful
too.
day.
Yes, it was.
It was. It looks like a beautiful day.
It
For
was.
sure.
We ended up at the end of it. We did have fun.
I liked
we
my
survived
skirt.
it, and actually, this was the last time we worked there.
I liked
I would
being able
not-
to wear my
I would
Prada
not go back.
sunglasses out.
All
That
right.
was
You
fun.
want to swap to the other one?
Yeah.
Swipe right.
Okay. Ooh, yeah. That's great. I have nothing bad to say about this.
No, this is fantastic. this was fantastic. This is a good
Just
bucket list moment. So yeah.
for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was our first song that we did for the album, "The Coal in My Chest," with the vocals from Tone of Arc. Amazing, actually, still just one of those special
Timeless
songs.
pieces.
It really will still sound good, like 10 years from now. And we're friends with Frankie and Sandrino.
Right.
We sent it to them to do a remix, and they messaged back and they said,
This is
We-
the best
we-
piece of art we've ever made.
well, that's what
About
came
them.
out of it. But at the beginning, they said, we'll do the remix, but we have an idea. Like, we don't want to do like a club remix. We want to do what they called a
Awesome.
piano.
Okay.
It's like really an ambient remix. And I said, sure, just
Nice.
do whatever you feel like
You
doing.
feel
We
like-
don't care. I'd
right.
love to hear what you do. And they do this, and it's literally
Beautiful.
a piano version
Right.
of our song, and it is fantastic.
It's really
Fantastic.
cool how that Coal in My Chest song came about. We were opening up for Tone of Arc,
Mm-hmm.
and you left off with one of our tracks. It was without vocal, and he gets on stage and he just starts singing over it.
Josh did?
No, Tone of Arc.
Oh, okay. Wait, what? I was
Tone of
like,
Arc just starts singing over
Oh,
it.
okay,
And
nice.
I was standing next to Josh and my friend Brandon, our friend Brandon, and I was like, oh, I know exactly who's going to do vocals for this song.
Yeah,
Dang.
it just sort of happened.
And
so
Brandon
it was,
says, well, you have to ask him first. I'm like, don't worry about that part.
yeah, so we just were finishing up this song, and we were opening up for Tone of Arc, and I played it the last song of our set right before he got on,
Mm-hmm.
just so we could kind of hear
Hear
it
it,
on loud
yeah.
sound system, and then he just started singing over it, and it was perfect. So then when I asked him if he wanted to do the vocals, he was all about it. And then so then what's cool here though with this is that so Frank and Sandrino did they pressed this on their own label too. So this
Okay.
one's on
Ministries.
some of
Nice.
Ministries,
Yeah.
which is a really nice prolific.
It's a beautiful record that
Right.
we can pass on to our daughter.
Not
Yeah.
much stuff is pressed on vinyl these days, so it's,
Right.
it's very
It's
nice.
expensive.
So we're gonna swap right on this one.
That's our first baby.
Yeah, it's before we had an actual kid, so we had a little dog kid.
I was pregnant.
What's his name?
That was
Is it a
during
boy or girl?
COVID.
It's a girl. Her name is Olive.
Yeah.
Olive.
She is a miniature schnauzer.
Mm.
Cute little brat.
Right.
But we spoiled her. So I put her on a backpack and we drove bikes down to
Yeah.
Galveston on the seawall.
I was
Nice.
pregnant. This was during COVID.
That's it.
Yeah.
Dang.
Good times.
Yeah.
COVID, baby.
All right. So we will swap to the other one, and this is who's this little one?
That is Trinity.
Yeah.
She's the best remix we ever made.
Yeah.
There we
Our
go.
little daughter. Yeah.
Right.
This-
This in Dallas? No.
This is downtown Houston.
Okay.
at
Okay. I'm think I'm
Post.
I'll throw off because of the blue building on the back.
We took her down to the Post, and what's funny is that is she wearing a princess dress right now?
Yeah.
too? Yeah, she loves to wear princess dresses. She loves to be fancy. This is her. Well, I think she's 2 and she's 4 now, so that has remained the same.
That's great.
Yeah, it was cool too to go to the Post because there were so many really fun underground parties that happened there
Yeah.
when it was the
Okay.
abandoned post office. and
Okay.
Day for Night
The
Festival.
day for
there.
night. So,
Dang.
yeah,
So
I
it
played
was-
there both years.
Now
And
that
then-
it's been built out and used for businesses,
For
they used to
businesses.
be in there and be like, oh, this used to be like an abandoned room.
Right.
But it's cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. That's actually the only time we've been there.
Mm-hmm.
We should go back.
Yeah, they just opened something really neat.
What's it
and
called?
it's kind of like in honor, maybe not in honor of Day for Night, but inspired by. Day for Night used to be like an art meets music festival, and they would do these really cool art installations. So now it has rotating art installations from artists from all over the world. They're really, really well done, and then they put a club in it as well. So
What's it called? It's called Art
it's called
House.
Art Club.
Art Club. Have you
So
heard of
this
this?
should be kind of like a
It
destination
just opened like 4
thing.
weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's in the Post building. You know that when what we're talking about or no?
No,
You should actually go there
So it-
before you leave.
It
I
used to
should.
be a
Yeah.
like a post office, an actual post
Post office.
office. It's like 1,000,000 square feet. Not even
Dang.
not even
It
exaggerating.
really? I was like,
I'm
you're-
not. It's like the biggest building you've ever seen.
No way.
It's humongous, and it's got basements. And it's like multiple levels, 4 or 5
Dang.
stories. It's huge. And they were doing this music festival there a couple of years, day for night, and then
Which you got to open for Aphex Twins. Yeah.
and then
Dang.
House the next time.
Yeah.
It was cool. And then now it's like a mixed, I don't know, thing. There's like
Office
residential
buildings.
office space, restaurants, clothing
Dang.
stores, you know.
It
They
has this
And a
whole
park
Blade
on the
Runner
roof. The
feel.
roof has a park.
Yeah.
they have these things. Maybe thinking of starting. Well, I know in Tampa for sure. When I was living there, they have this huge building to you walking, and it's I don't know, tens of thousands, not thousands, but like maybe a few.
I don't know,
10,
square
50,
footage.
but a lot of restaurants. So it's like a little kiosk inside the whole venue. You can
Yeah.
try whatever, so something like that.
Yeah, similar, like
Similar
a
to-
food court with
like
all
a food
kinds
court
of
with
really
all
cool
kinds.
food.
Yeah.
It's kind of how this is, but you should go. It's like super like picture worthy.
Yes.
Like,
Okay.
Yeah,
it's
they have a
cool.
really cool staircase that a lot of people like to photograph.
The photograph.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So what's next for you guys? What's the next gig you guys have so far? Nothing coming up?
We have 0 gigs.
no.
This many.
Yeah.
I will be at my restaurants. Josh will be in his studio.
Yeah, I think we've got some new music that we're working on.
Actually, yeah.
There's like 3 songs that we're in the middle of right now.
And I really
We've
like
got that
them.
Golden Wings track coming out. The album comes
The
out in
album comes out.
January next month.
Yeah, I did vocals
Um,
on some of these tracks in this album we put out. It's not, I discovered that I could do vocals while making this album. That's what that song Beware is, my first like decent vocal. But it was so long ago, I feel like I've gotten a lot better. So these last 2 vocals that I laid down, I'm really actually proud of.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I'm excited.
Well, you know who's a good singer that do a lot of vocals? Was the Georgina Anili or something like that? She plays singer. She plays with a
Oh,
lot
Georgia
Geo-
and Julie?
Georgia and Julie, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
She does pretty good with the vocals and with all the
I would
sounds.
not consider myself a singer. I'm much more of like a sultry spoken word kind of
Mm,
vocalist.
right.
And really, I started doing it because of my friend Evelinka. I asked her to do a vocal for us, and she said, "Why can't you do it yourself?"
Which was great motivation. to
Right.
Get you to do it
So she
yourself.
did. She coached me through the process, like
Yeah.
what to
She
buy,
mentored you.
and I would send her things, and she would give me her opinion, but also assure me that all I had to do was create a vibe.
Yeah.
And you just need to. She said the reason she started doing vocals was because of Nina Kravis.
Mm-hmm.
She says, I wouldn't say that she's like exceptional.
Mm-hmm.
So
She's not
you just have to create.
You just and you just kind of like go for it. You know, that's kind of what I do.
Yeah.
It
That's
doesn't have to be perfect.
Right.
Like if it's like really, if it just sounds
Sometimes
cool,
that's what's cool
then
about
that's,
it.
Yeah, then that's all I need.
yeah. When there's this guy that I listen to in the mornings, and then part of his motivational things like if you wait for the perfect time, it's never gonna happen.
So we thought about our child.
Right. So you just do it. So you just gotta do it and see whatever with the tools you have. You kind of start getting wet, and then
You
Little
can't
by
let
little.
fear keep you from trying anything.
mm-mm.
Like you can't. Fear doesn't move you. It like keeps you down.
For sure.
So you just
Then
have
that's
to.
all I need.
For myself, it's being vulnerable. I've never liked being vulnerable. So the music thing is like, wow, you couldn't be more vulnerable. And
Especially in this scene.
Everybody's so critical.
that's
Yeah.
been my biggest issue with music, honestly. Being able to cancel out the noise around me because he has been a DJ or active in the community for so long.
Mm-hmm.
When I started playing, I felt like I was immediately met with adversity and ill opinions.
Right.
And I'm very sensitive. And honestly, I would say it wasn't until like a couple of months ago that I
Right.
was really able to like, I don't know, let it go. And
Right.
a lot of months ago that I did for this album is about my pain in the way that my peer group makes
Right.
me feel. And I'm not dumb.
Right.
I know when someone doesn't like me.
Right. So you know, go ahead.
Well, I think like as far as just being an artist, like one of those things that it's really like you
It's a
said.
struggle.
Well, I think
Yeah,
the key there
self-doubt.
is about like letting go,
Mm-hmm.
right? I think that's
Right.
what it really is about. Is like you get all these things like built up inside, and then you get you between your emotions that you need to let them go, but then also whatever you're working on, your art form, like you have to be able to like let go from the criticism, from people critiquing it, and just your attachment to it
Right.
too, and just always know that whatever you do, it's never going to be perfect. That
Right.
it isn't what it is, and then you're going to make something else. So you're just like you make it, just come to terms with it, let it go, move on to like do something else, and like
Right.
as long as the next thing you do gets better, then you're making progress. So then
For
you're doing
sure.
fine.
If the people are not talking about, I mean, if they're not talking, then you know how they say it. Right? If they're not talking about you, then you're probably not moving. And if they are
Yeah.
talking, whether it's good or bad,
The haters
then
make
you're
you
making
famous.
progress, right?
I actually just wrote a little bit of a vocal yesterday, and part of it says the lovers that played us and the haters that made us.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, because I felt a lot of that.
Right. Yeah. Normally, I don't read. Now I'm getting like not to the point, but I don't really read any comments. So either like on my Instagram, I block every comment. So
Oh, you have it to
Yeah.
where you can't comment.
yeah, so we can comment. It's
Well,
good
that-
and bad, I guess. Just because
I
bad
like
is
it. You don't want to know what anybody
I
has to
don't-
say about it.
Yeah, through YouTube sometimes I do, but I don't. I was just like you're saying, upload next.
So wait, on your YouTube channel, nobody can leave a comment?
No, you can't. No,
Oh.
Instagram. No, YouTube they can't.
So I like that idea just because there's always that one or two rude person who feels
Right.
like they have to tell you how they don't enjoy this thing that you did. And you're like, you could have just passed by.
Right.
I
Everybody
didn't
loves
need
being
to
a critic.
know.
It's like you're looking at Yelp, and it's
That was
like,
hard for me to get over. We had
Right.
one song, it was the Augie remix of Coal in My Chest. It was on Progressive Astronaut. And that's when I first encountered this. And I like to go read comments.
Oh, really?
And that was a
You
mistake.
like-
And-
Yeah,
You
and
like
I'm
to
like,
sabotage
why are you doing
yourself?
that?
Why
Dude,
you
don't
doing
read
that?
that stuff.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
he
the
was
first
like,
song
there's
that we
nothing
found.
inspiring.
It was the first
about
one.
this
That's even
song."
worse.
I know, even worse.
Yeah. And there's nothing inspiring about this track. And I was like, oh.
Really?
What
I
a
can
what a
picture it doing
comment.
that.
Uh-huh.
Damn.
I appreciate the effort. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks so much.
That's crazy. Yeah, I can picture you looking at like what?
Yeah.
Crazy
Or
comment.
what
So
was
we
another
took the time to
comment?
write that on YouTube.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like the comments people will make, and they're very passive aggressive. They didn't say it was about you, but you know, out of context of life, that had something to do with you. Just about we don't make playable music. Was that our music is not playable? Like you can't play my song in the club, which is it's inaccurate actually,
Right.
because I've played many of my songs in the club. And
Right.
Maybe not.
Maybe
Maybe
they
it's not for
can't.
you. I was like, oh, I should just quit now.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
your
guess
songs are
some-
great.
Some people they just I guess especially the new crowd they kind of like want just
Weird.
bangers too. They just want bangers over bangers and
I don't
everything.
have any taste or patience.
Yeah.
It's like, where is there anything inside of you?
Right. You think we're just getting old?
No,
No.
no.
I feel like sometimes like when I was telling this other guy and then he was like, yeah, no man. I was like, I kind of want to prove my point, but I was like, I'm just gonna let it be. But then I was like, maybe I'm just getting old, and you know how my brother's a little older than me, and then there was a few tracks he used to play, and I was like, man, I don't really like it. But now I feel like transition. Now I'm getting old and telling some people.
Okay,
and
I will
was
say
like,
this.
Your taste does change.
But-
And it tends to get a little bit more sophisticated. I
Yeah.
feel like as you get older, because it should. Like at first, like when you're younger, you should be attracted to like things that catch
Party
your
music.
attention,
Mhm.
right? And it doesn't have to have that much surface value. Just something catchy.
So tech house.
And then once you
Right.
get into something, you want to dig deeper into it because you like it.
yeah,
Yeah, you get more introspective, and that's something that I've learned from playing in these classy restaurants. My demographic is different than what you're gonna find in a nightclub, and I feel like the music that I really like resonates with them better.
Right,
if they're
for sure.
willing to accept a genre of house music, but my music is refined, or at least what I put out there. I think all my taste is refined, but I don't necessarily think that it's just that we're getting older. I think it has a lot to do with people being sheep, and they will eat whatever you feed them.
yeah,
So if people like us were influencing the flock, they would learn to like whatever we were giving them.
right,
And so the people who are feeding the flock currently are giving them something that feels it gives them this gratitude, like it makes them feel celebrity like.
Right.
And I don't need that. I don't want that.
Right.
It's not about me. It's really like I don't even like to promote my face. When I promote for the restaurants I play, I purposefully try and repost some of their content and say that there will be music there because I want people to come enjoy this establishment. My music is
it's part of it.
It's a part of it.
Yeah.
But it's not like
it's one of the senses. It's not about me.
Right.
It shouldn't be.
Yeah, I feel kind of the same way with the pod. I don't really put my face out there. Like actually, when I did all the DJs that I brought in, I think I maybe have 5 pictures, over 100 and something shows that we did. And I would just pick up the artists, where we're going, and then never really like, yeah, I'm bringing this DJ, whatever, you know what I mean? But I guess
some people are real into the ego thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Well, it's a narcissistic culture that we've created with all this social media.
for sure.
Yeah.
Because the algorithm, what is it like? It likes your face. And what do people want? They want to be popular. And how do they know they're popular? If enough people liked their picture, if they have enough followers.
Right.
That is the least important thing in life. I promise you.
Right.
Maybe if you want to have a successful music career, but what is success to you?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
And I don't think a bunch of people knowing who you are and enjoying your face makes you important. That's not true.
The celebrity
Shallow.
culture it's shallow for sure. I think
I've actually started unfollowing a lot of celebrity DJs.
I have a few too.
yeah, it's a bit annoying.
Well, and I don't like being susceptible to thinking that my career has to equate that or I haven't had a successful career.
Well, I think, like you just said, that was a good question. Like, well, what does success mean to you?
Mm-hmm.
I think for us, success, I would say, is just, having a good time, hanging out with each other.
Right.
Being a parent.
This
It's the
is
best
like,
thing I've ever done.
it is. But it's like, for making music together, it's like the perfect hobby for us.
Right.
That's fun. It's a way for us to hang out together.
Exactly. We still get to hang out and we like do something productive and fun together. Otherwise, like if we weren't writing music, we'd be like watching TV or something, which we never do.
Nope.
Like we don't watch TV at all.
Right.
It's EPL or one of my child's movies.
Yeah, we just watch kid movies and soccer, really.
Right.
But yeah, if we weren't writing music, we'd just watch TV. So, so success, I would say, spending quality time, with my wife and having fun in the studio.
For sure.
Making something cool, and then hopefully people like it.
Right. For me, I will say just whatever you're doing in life, that's success already. Because probably a lot of people don't do whatever really they like to do.
Yeah.
They just always attached to what they people. Right. So if you're doing whatever you like, whether it's good or bad or not good, I guess, or going through the process, I think you're successful already because you're doing what you like to do.
Yeah. When I was young, there was this nurse. She was giving me an infusion. I was really sick, and I told her that she was rich, and she's like, "Oh no, I am not rich." And I was like, "Yes, you are. You're rich in other ways. Like you have a happy life, and that is wealth."
Right.
So yeah.
Is there anything you guys want to add? We're pretty much down to the bone already.
No, let's keep talking for like.
Right.
Goodbye. Thanks for having us.
Thanks, man. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. If you ever want to chat again or like
for sure
co-host.
Right. Yeah, we actually fall short in a few questions, but I was like, all right.
What are they?
They were just. I mean, it was kind of like reprocessing of some of the questions that I asked earlier. So I was like, not gonna ask them, but because we talked about it at the beginning. But yeah, I mean, we'll figure something out next time for sure.
Okay. Well,
anything else you want to add?
Yeah, listen to the album.
For sure.
Everybody should listen to that.
It's called Sin and Redemption. It comes out in January.
Yeah. It took us 2 years to make it.
Right, for sure.
It was a journey. It was very fun. And, we learned a lot. Our sound developed a lot, both of us individually and together. And can't wait to see what we do next. Really.
Right. Dovecity, is that the same name you guys are using all socials or just Instagram?
Yeah.
Dovecity?
So you can find myself, Josh, and our duo by typing in Dovecity.Danielle, Josh, or just Dovecity Official.
Sweet, man.
Yeah, personal pages are private though. But
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Well, thank you so much for coming in, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, guys. So what do you guys feel? Good? It was good. It was fluent.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, we never
My
really.
hands are freezing.